what are the ways to 10x your self-care, deepening your spiritual practice, and going from maintaining life to expanding life. Today, you're going to understand how you can deepen your self-care and make the most out of it so that you go to new levels, new eras, new paradigm shifts in your life. What has made the most difference for me and the biggest impact is number one, changing and curating your self-image. You cannot have a deep enough and you cannot have a transformative enough self-care if you don't check in on your self-image, your self-concepts. Maybe you tell yourself that you're a person that are very busy. Maybe you don't have any chance to fit in something else or something new into your schedule. What we tell ourselves on our daily basis about our lives, about the time that we have, about how we are, everything sets the tone for what we do, what we decide, for the actions that we take. So we need to change our self-image in order for us to truly understand that we have time. I am someone who makes space for my self-care practices that are deeply nourishing. That is a self-concept or a self-image that is actually benefiting me, deepening my spiritual practice, and always making sure that I'm making space for it. The next thing is to go deeper into prayer, and I'm talking about spiritual prayer here. If you have another type of practice, continue with that one. But this is in regards to understanding what prayer actually is about. Many of us grew up believing that I need to, ask for something, or I need to ask for forgiveness. When I'm in a hopeless, despaired state, then I make a prayer. But prayer is not about asking from hopelessness, from disempowerment. Instead, it is for talking with yourself, having a conversation with yourself or your higher self, your guides, whatever it is for you, if you pray to a god or whatever. But this is the moment for you to claim things. This is the moment for you to just tell that this is just as it is. This is just how my life looks like. So what makes the biggest difference for me when it comes to prayer and my own self-care practice is to truly understand two things about prayer, or two ways, I would say, about praying. The first one is to demand, to be in charge, be in the state of power, and praying in the state of power. This is when you are just telling yourself that I am someone who have a lot of clarity in my life right now. I understand what direction that I'm going at. I receive guidance all the time and I hear them and I'm open to receive them. I always have support, right? You're talking in that way instead of saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, please help me, give me some support. Please, please, please. I need some direction. Please, please, please. Can I get some more clarity? There is a big difference with begging, and there's a big difference with coming from a state of disempowerment rather than being empowered and saying that I have clarity already and I'm getting more and more clarity the more as I go. The second way of praying is to embodying a certain feeling or vibration. This is when you don't feel that you need to speak something or talk or use your throat chakra in that way. Instead, you're using your body. So you're still coming from a powered state, but instead you're feeling it in the body. Let's say that you want to invite more calm. You're praying about calm, or you're praying about giddiness, or you're praying about excitement or newness. Whatever it is, you're going to embody that feeling and really feel how it moves around in your body. Play around with it, let it vibrate, and really picturing yourself or visualizing yourself just like having this energy within you and around you, and you sit in that space as long as you want to and as nice as it feels too, and in the end you can just shake it off a little bit, and then you know that the prayer is there, it's already been there, right? So those are the two ways how you can really 10x your self-care, or two prayers to 10x your self-care. Calling in a deeper level of getting into the zone. This helps me a lot when I'm going deeper into things, or when I feel that my mind is a little bit scattered, or I feel that I have a little bit difficulties in receiving messages. At those times, I notice that when I make space for preparing, then it will be so much more easier, and my self-care will just like crystallize. This means that the preparation part is as important as the actual session in itself. So let's say that you're journaling, or you're doing some yoga practice, or you're open up your hips, or whatever you do in your self-care, kind of, it is as important to actually make the preparation. And sometimes I believe that, you can get quite quick into the zone, but sometimes you actually need to, warm up in that way, because that is a big part of you really getting into the zone and really 10xing your self-care, really letting go of the emotions that you maybe have, or if you have any thoughts, or if you notice that you have a little bit difficulties in feeling at rest, or difficulties in like focusing, or what it may be on your actually self-care practice at that time, preparation is key. So here is to understand and almost a little bit romanticize the moment in itself. If there are some tools that you're preparing for yourself, let's say that you are going to have a hobby session or something, like preparing the tools and making it very mindful and making a really nice space for you to just like get yourself into the zone. So the fourth thing is to have some events or some activities that you really look forward to. So last week I went to a workshop, and I haven't been on a workshop before, and I actually haven't really like been feeling for it so much. I do it once in a while at home. I know that it is really good for like shaking up energies and opening up your hips and so forth. But this was like, it was something with it that I looked so much forward to, and I felt like giggly the whole day. I was telling everyone that on Friday I'm going with a friend to a workshop, and this is going to be so fun, and I really look forward to that event. Sometimes or many times, I think it's important for us to also have those little extra things, and it doesn't have to be something that you haven't done before. It can just be something that you really look forward to, because it expands the experience, it amplifies the energy, and you have it like you're expanding it from the day where you're deciding that I'm going to do this until the day where it comes, and then the energy lasts with you for a very long time. This is how we can really expand on our energy and use it to the better good. So in this way, I think it's so important to have that, because that will actually really crystallize your self-care, and not just feeling as, if you feel that something in your self-care is like, yeah, yeah, it was nice. When you have those kind of feelings, chances are, and I will go into it a little bit soon, but chances are that you actually need to do some shifts within your self-care, because maybe you do something that before used to be something really great for you, but nowadays it is actually not what is actually giving you that level of nourishment, or that level of fulfillment, or that level of expanding, shifting as it used to do. The fourth one, which has, I think this is for me one of the best practices that I really like follow so much when it comes to my own self-care, and this is to focus on chapters, eras, paradigms. When you're coloring a book, you are not just coloring a book for that day or for that hour, you are in your crafter's era. This is a way for us to really set the intention and the tone and the ambience for that season or for that period. At the same time, we are so intentional with what we do. Many times we can feel scattered, or we feel that we don't have the time for our self-care, for our spiritual practices, our hobbies. And usually it is actually because we see it as separate from each other. And we may also have a little bit too many projects at the same time. Instead, we're looking into what's my intention, what's the era which I'm stepping into, what is the chapter in my life right now, and all of the hobbies, all of the self-cares, all of the spiritual practices, they are going to be aligned with that chapter and with that era. It will help you to really go through that level up and really go through that development and transformation which you are seeking at that moment. And at the same time, it helps you to keep focused, clear, intentional, and it makes you feel that you're less like overwhelmed or less scattered, or that everything is just like coming separated apart rather than together. So this has made so much big difference for me in my own life. The last part about 10xing your self-care is about actually finding your energy thieves. So we can easily understand that there might be environments, jobs, people that served us at a certain moment and don't any longer. And so we know that, right? What we sometimes forget that is exactly the same for our self-care rituals. So when it comes to our self-care and not maintaining life only, but being devotional and expanding life, we have to look through, is there something that served me before within this journaling practice? Is it something that served me before with this climbing activity? Is there something that served me before with this way of going for walks that does not actually serve me any longer? Or it has just become numb a little bit, or just like, not so special. In that way, you know that it is not 10xing you, it is not leveling you up, it is not taking you to the next level in your life. So we have to look through also, where do we have kind of the energy leakages when it comes to our self-care as well? Is it something that you've been keep on carrying on for years and years and saw that as your self-care practice, but it isn't any longer? Like painting your nails, that is for me not self-care at all. It's just like, okay, I like to have colors on my nails, that's it. And so it's just a part of, my chores, but it's not a part of my self-care. It used to be for long time ago a part of my self-care, but my self-care was also at a very base level then, and maintenance. And I don't say that that specific activity is base level or maintenance. It can be such a spiritual experience for you, but that was the example for me, right? So it can be totally different for you. I'm just giving this as an example. You have something in your life that you may have been doing that actually is not really a part of your self-care any longer. Did you used to journal your feelings and just venting everything out, and you really needed that space in order for you to understand your emotions more and translate them? Well, that's perfect, beautiful that you have that period in your life. Do you need that any longer? Or do you actually have a lot of clarity in regards to your emotions? Is it time for you to begin with future self journaling instead? Is it time for you to begin with activating journaling instead, or creating your life journaling, creating your reality journaling, right? It can be that you have to just do a little bit of a tweak within your already practices or already self-care, right? But it can also be something that you need to declutter some self-care as well and invite something new. These were 6 ways how to 10x your self-care. And the 7th way, and if you want to deepen your devotional practice and have a companion with you, I will leave the links for my self-devoted playbook as well, which are touching a lot of these subjects: how to make space for yourself, how to really enter the portals of self-devotion, and starting a new season where you are not maintaining any longer, but you are expanding. This is for you who want to deepen your spiritual practice. This is for you to really once and for all want to set firm, beautiful, energetic boundaries towards what is your space, what is other space, and how you can invite your own spiritual practice more and more into your ordinary life. So if that sounds something great for you, then you can also check out the links in the description. Keep on listening to you within Talks.